Hello, folks. I'm Detroit Miracle. Yes, and indeed. Right now, I am here to speak about federal grants or federal grant programs. Did you know that by anybody following the rules and standards of the grant system, you can get a grant of any amount of money that you apply for? So, and you can, of course, do what you say you're going to do with the money as far as what you wrote about in your particular statement to the federal government as far as the reasons for getting money for this grant. So if you, in other words, if you want to apply for grant money, you have to have a main purpose intended for that money, and you have to actually use the grant money for that. That's how it works. So it's not meant to go out and shop, spend, and splurge. You notice on social media, on Facebook, that people keep sending those messages about winning huge cash sums and payouts. They said you could do it, you won through a grant system. So they don't know that people actually know about the grant system. So I know that's a sham. If someone sends me a message saying we found your name on a winners list, and this before this grant assistance program, and I said, man, the assistance program doesn't work like that, because they do not give prize money through grants. That's not considered prize money where you could go out and shop and spend. So everybody on Facebook that sends those messages are con artists, scammers, shammers, flim-flam artists, and troublesome at the same time. So, yeah, folks. So, in other words, a million people, 10 million people can write a grant and receive grant funding for whatever they need to do. It could be it could be their street needs improvement, their neighborhood. They could do it to open up relief efforts for people. They could do it for after school programs. They could do it for free lunch programs. So they make it that it's easy to get a grant, but people don't know that, or they don't know that that's the simple process to receive a grant by making up a charity and then getting the funds for that particular charity or charities. You might write 3 or 4 grants for different charities. But if you get the money, you got to use it for those intended purposes. You can't take the money and go on a shopping spree, because they might deem that as fraud. That is like a case of defrauding the government, where you said you were going to use the money for this particular program and not for overly shopping sprees, pizza bandit missions, buying up car lots and wearing giant gold chains around, right? Like the guy that hangs around. Anyway, yeah, so, yeah, you got to understand those things involving grants, people. But grants are possible to get, and they award everybody with grants. So if the whole world wrote a grant and received those fundings for improving the conditions of their situation and others around them, then this would be a pleasurable, peaceful, accommodated, joyous, luxurious, extravagant whole world. Like, think about it, with everybody writing grants and using the grant money for good intended purposes, then it puts a lot more good around. It puts a whole world worth of good around, a whole cosmos worth. But yeah, I wanted to talk to you all about that. So send the words. Let me know what you think about this.